All right, guys, we are doing a podcast with a pretty dope person today. I gotta say, uh, I've been really throwing this out there because I've been super excited to do this. So I was like, "Fuck yeah!" But if you want, you can introduce yourself, my dude.
Well, well, it's your boy KingCaz, man. I'm an artist, a musical artist from Miami, but I've been in Indiana for the longest. I've been in Vincent for a year and some change now, going back and forth from Vincent to like Cali to Atlanta, Miami, all that.
Yeah, man, that's pretty dope. Like, I'm not gonna lie, cause LC hits me up. He like DMs me at late night. I wake up because like I'm going to school and I just get this DM and it's like, hey, I found someone to do your podcast. And I'm like, all right, who? And then I looked into it and I'm like, oh, no way. And I was like, that's what's up. And I was like so kind of like blown. I was like, Jesus. But I'm like, that's what's up. I'm happy to have you on the show.
Boys, bro, it's all about the connections and love, man. You gotta show love.
That's a big fact. You know, I'm the first one to be doing this out here, like in Vincent's. I don't know if anyone out there at the moment is doing podcasting, but
Honestly, bro, you're shedding a light to a city
that's a
that really needs light shed on it. Like, there's so many people with talents in Vincennes and nobody knows because nobody has a voice or a light on the city for everybody to see it.
That's a big fact. Like, I think people underestimate Vincent's, but we actually do have a lot of good talent coming out, and it's kind of crazy because people like really aren't releasing it. Like, there's a lot of overrated people in Vincent's at the moment that
Too
I'm
fat.
like, that really don't get enough recognition as they should. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna find these people, and we're gonna make things happen.
Bro, there's like a whole scene of just, even if it's not music, there's a whole scene of people that just are very artistic at like anything. Like, you are making podcasts. Like, that's a whole scene on its own from just you as one person
Oh
from
yeah, no,
Vincennes. There's
that's a
a whole
big fact right there, man. Like I don't, I thought of it because like I always thought about it, and I'm like, I don't know if anyone's doing it. I'm like, well, if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be me. So I just sat down, and I'll never forget because I did the first one, and I was like so nervous, and I'm like, all right, I don't have anyone to talk to because it was all improv. Like I didn't have no
that's
one to
that's
talk
like the
to.
best type to do though. I'm not gonna lie, because it's like
Yeah, this was up.
anybody could come and you could just speak to them, ask any question about anything, and they'll just flow with it because you know how to like improv and just talk off topic, freestyle and stuff.
That's a big fact. Big fact.
It's
But
not like the interview and shit where they're like, well, this, like it's a whole like bulletin board and stuff that you got to say. You could just have a whole
yeah,
conversation. It still counts.
because like I think like once I did that, I was being able to like to learn how to do them by myself, because it's not every day you just meet people. Like finding people to interview is like kind of the hardest things. Like this is probably one of those occasions where it kind of just happened, but 9 times out of 10, I'm out there trying to find people to interview. You know, like you gotta do what you gotta do.
Honestly, word of mouth is going to spread around in like I'll give you like a week or two. I'm not gonna lie. After this right here, you'll probably have some people from like Florida or Georgia trying to hit you up
Yeah,
to
and
bro. I promise you, bro. It's
like
gonna be lit.
like that's what's up, because like there's so much, like even just like around here coming out. There was a one dude that came out of St. Louis, I think. I'm like, bro, that's so close. It was
It's
crazy.
like it's like starting the whole wave like this. It takes a lot because you're the first person. But once you're up, you're stuck there because you're the only one. You're the first person. Like, you're the original person. When they go back in history and like, look up, damn, who brought the light to Vincent? Who started podcasting? They're gonna say you. They're gonna bring you. They're
Yeah,
gonna
and like,
bring
know what I mean? Like,
conversation.
that's what I want here. Because I'm like, I'm trying to shout out. And like, because a lot of people, like, podcasting is very overrated. Like, don't get me wrong, it's starting to come back. Like, I do have like because like, there's a lot of great podcasters out there that just do some really dope, laid back stuff.
I watch
Um,
Seth Rogen, Joe Budden sometimes. There's a whole bunch of podcasts. Drink Champs.
oh,
There's a
yeah.
whole bunch. Yeah, I like those podcasts. There's a whole bunch of different types and there's
Like,
something for everybody, honestly.
that's a big fact. Like, if you want to sit down and laugh, there's a podcast out there that will do that to you, you know? Like, it's pretty great.
If you want to sit down and cry, there's a podcast for that.
Dude, that's a big
For
fact too.
everybody. And it's like, damn, like it really took people to like kick down the doors to like really let people know about things that they want to talk about it, but there's nobody out there talking about it.
That's
So
a
it's like
that's true too. Like a lot of people, there's like a lot of subjects people don't want to hit, and then there's some people that are like, well, I don't really care. I'm going to hit them anyways.
and it just I'm not gonna lie, it low key brings people together too if you think about it, because
Oh,
honestly, it starts conversation, comments, likes, shares, and you
yeah.
realize, yo, I'm not the only person that thinks this way. He thinks this way too.
Yeah,
So
like
it
you really
brings people together,
notice that. That's very true. And like I
and it's like,
relate a lot of the podcasts and the music industry kind of like it coming together because like okay, so they're like they got their ups and they got their differences because like a podcast is like not written.
of course.
It's like all raw, and so that's what I like about it. And so like once you make one, it's that. It's no retake. It's that.
I'm not gonna lie. If you had one with everybody that like raps or sings or does whatever art from Vincent's on one podcast,
Oh, we're already
that'd be
making that happen. I'm working
oh,
on some software for that. The,
oh
cause
my god.
I'm doing it right now off of my computer. Like I'm not using a phone because I can use a better mic and everything. It just works a lot better on a computer.
Facts, facts,
And
facts.
yeah, so you get the proper setup. You're straight. And I'm using like this really awesome mic, so it's lit. It's a good time. So I know there is software out there I can use to get everyone in a call. I'm just trying to work on finding it at the moment.
And there's like, if you could get cameras set up and stuff to where people could see us while we're talking, oh my god, it's gonna change the whole game up. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
That's the big fact. I'm working with a little bit right now, but I do see a lot of big changes like coming to it. And to be honest, like there really is. Like
To
it's
be honest,
crazy. Go ahead.
it's a slow grind though. You feel me? Because you got to build it up yourself. So it's like,
Oh,
but
that's a
once it's,
big fact.
you already know it's gonna be here for a long time too.
Like people like overestimate the power of self-promoting. Like if I release a podcast, you best know I'm going to like blast it everywhere I got. You know, it just
And that's the thing too, the self doubt and stuff. You know, people have self doubt. Oh, if I do this, they're gonna say this, or they're not gonna support me because nah, bro. Just keep. If it stays in their face, they're gonna say something, even if it's negative, bro. It's still promotion, like whatever the case is.
yeah. That's how I'm feeling. Like, and I haven't had really anyone hate it. Like matter of fact, I had a teacher comment about it, and listen, like I've talked about some heavy shit in my podcast, and I'm like, do I really want a teacher to know about that quite yet? And it's pretty great. But she was like, actually, yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm like, oh, which one did
Bro,
you listen to?
you talk. Did you listen to the one where I talked about the crazy shit or the
Yeah,
regular?
yeah. Like, which part was I super stony baloney in? You know, like I don't know.
Tony Baloney.
You know, like what am I supposed to do? And they're like, so what do you do in your free time? And I'm like, I make podcasts, and that's all.
And it's like, speaking on anything, you could
Oh
go
yeah,
from talking about religion to drugs to this to that to music, everything,
oh
life
yeah.
based. It's like, damn, like I could really come on here and just be like, yeah, bro, my favorite drug, bro. I love acid. I love
That's a
weed.
big
Like
fact. Big fact.
what?
But yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. So I did look into. I heard of you when you did the music video
Hmm.
in Vincent because Keaton turned me on to
Oh
that.
yeah, no heart, man. That's
Yeah.
probably that's my biggest song out so far,
Oh
man.
yeah. No,
That
that
song,
that really goes at it. I was showing my friends today. We went and went on a cruise. Let's just put it like that. But anyways, we're out there, and we're doing our thing. And I'm like, yo, I'm like, you'll never guess who I'm about to interview. And they're like, all right. So I start playing your stuff, and they're like, yeah, that's dope. That's, that's what's
bro.
up.
And it's like some people wouldn't even want to shoot a video in Vincent because it's like there's no like big spots to even like do a video to. But it's like if you take your time to look, Vincent's has a lot of
really
places to
cool
shoot.
spots. Yeah, no, you're that's a big fact. And like the way that was produced and like the videoing on it was so great. And I was like, wow, like that came from Vincent's. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Half of the comments I've gotten and half of the people that watched it are like, "There's no way. There's no way that's been says. Hell no."
yeah,
I'm like,
like if you live in
family
this
videos
town,
right there in the video. Like that's
yeah.
family video and the car wash right there.
Yeah, that's like a big fact. Like, cause I was watching this because I seen you shot a video, but I didn't know it was in Vincent's at the time. And I'm watching it with Keaton. He's like, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, that's Little Caesars. That's the car wash. And I'm like, this was in Vincent's, like, right in the
Nighttime and
middle.
all. We just left a party. I think it was like a little house party that my homie threw.
Hmm.
His name Mike. He always throws like little house parties and for VU and we just left the party. I'm like, bro, we're dressed up.
That's what's up. Let's
Let's
get it.
get like let's get this. Matter of fact, it was not my homeboy Mike. Shout out to Jay Rich. Shout out to LC and Juju. Well, his name's Louis Mall now, but I knew him as Juju.
Louis Ma. All
But they
right.
threw the biggest house party. Oh my god, they threw the biggest house party in Vincennes, bro. We just left that house party and went to go shoot the vid. They were supposed to be in it, but they had to host their party at Jay Rich's little house and stuff,
That's,
so they couldn't be
if
in
you're
it.
going to do a party, you got to host it right, man. So
Exactly.
respect to that. Like, this is about how you would host. But yeah, no, I was so blown away that was in Vincent's. I'm like, there's no way. And then like I was just watching, like, dude, that's fucking lit. And
Like I got inspired by a couple of videos to make it that way too. It's like it's regular, but it's not too much on the effects, and I don't have to have money in it or rental cars or nothing like the typical cliche rap video, quote unquote. I just had to step out my box and I wanted it to snow. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I waited for the snow to
the
come.
snow
It
would
would have
have
made the
looked
video
dope in
like
it.
10 times harder.
Oh yeah, that would have been lit for sure. Cause it gets actually really pretty in some parts of Vincent's if it snows.
Oh, of
And
course, especially when the leaves are like orange and pink and stuff.
oh yeah, it's fucking great,
That's
man.
I would have been up there in like the hills or something
Oh
in front
yeah,
of
for
somebody's
sure.
house. Somebody's house would have got the video shot at. Somebody's house. I would have found somebody.
Just pull a little Dicky and go out and be like, so we're shooting a music video.
Dead
So how
ass.
would you feel if we used your house?
Go door to door. Oh, ma'am. Well, I see that you have a very nice house, and I'm not robbing you or anything. I just wanted to see if I can, shoot this music video that can change my life
That's a
in
big
your
fact.
home. What?
What?
All proceeds will go to charity. Charity meaning me, but still.
Yeah, I gotcha. But yeah, like that was crazy, and I'm like, whoa. And then after you hit me up, I'm looking into it, and you released your story, and everyone was posting it, but I was like, really never understood. And then it was like you and Little Baby, you did that song, and I'm like,
Yes, bro.
no way. And I was like, at that time, I was like, dude, that's so dope. And I'm like, that's what's up.
Nah, cause it's a crazy story. Cause me, LC, and Louis Mall opened up for Lil Baby last year in like November.
Yeah,
We went all the way to Fort Wayne, had a whole show with us and Lil Baby, and it's like to go from that to having a song with the man in like less than a year. That's it's just crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy.
so is there like a real like relationship there, like how, so like I'm,
Oh, with Lil Baby,
yeah,
he's cool peoples, bro. He's like people like those celebrities. You really have to separate yourself from the music and just see them as a person because they
yeah,
all have busy schedules. They all have like lives. Some of them have kids that they have to tend to. So coming up to them on some, hey, bro, I'm a rapper and I make music. That's probably what they hear 10 times out of 10 every
yeah,
day, every single time they're out.
because that's what I
So
was thinking.
if you come up to them on some different stuff, on some, hey, bro, I appreciate you. Your music really helped me change my life. Blah blah blah. On some not really sentimental, but like down to earth
Yeah,
personal
straight
heart to
from,
heart talk, it's a whole different experience and a whole different vibe. Like their energies to change just because you came to them and talked to them as a normal human being and not just, oh, can I get a picture? You look sad, but I want a picture. I want a selfie. Can I get a selfie?
yeah.
Like, because that's all they hear every single day. So you come into them on a different energy and a different level of just understanding. Just That's gonna open their minds and eyes already just because you walked up to them and talked to them different.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. But yeah, no, I was curious about that. I'm like, I wonder just how that, because I know you opened up for him back in a little bit. Of LC was promoting it a lot.
Yeah, of course. LC was there. LC performed too. He killed it.
Oh
He
yeah,
killed his stuff.
that's what's up.
He was. They were just he was just starting working with my engineer and producer Twizzy. So it's
Hmm.
like they just started working together and building a bond to where LC and Louis Maul have so many songs in the vault. I know they're not gonna tell you guys, but these,
Yeah,
bruh,
no,
they
he's been
have,
teasing it a lot about it.
bruh. And to hear the LC that I knew in November, like last year, August, October, to the LC you guys are seeing now, it's a whole different beast, a whole different animal. Y'all not even ready for the new stuff he has, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. He actually is doing his song with my cousin, and I would have never seen it too. Like he actually just straight up told me. I'm like, what?
And his
And
style is different, so he can blend with anybody.
oh
Me and
yeah,
LC had a song that was probably the craziest thing ever, but the file got deleted and we lost it. When I
oh that
say we
sucks. I feel
devastated, it
that
was
though.
probably my best favorite verses I've ever made to date.
That's what's up. So
But the file got deleted. Oh my gosh,
yeah, I know.
bruh.
I'll make a
To this
podcast and
day,
that shit will happen. So I feel that it sucks.
that's I mean, L's like losses like that make you learn like, okay, I need to back up this, I need to do this so I won't lose it. Like if
It,
it wasn't for that, we would not start using like flash drives and emailing things twice
oh
and
yeah,
a whole
no,
bunch of
that's for
like
sure.
protection and stuff. You
Like
learn
when
most from your losses, honestly.
oh that's a big fact because like man, I made a podcast and I totally screwed it. And I went through and I figured out, and we're straight now. It always works, and it's pretty lit. So, like, damn, that's what's up.
It be like that sometimes. 'Cause people need to understand like sometimes the wins where you could have got a podcast with Lil Baby today,
That's what I
but
was
if
actually
your
thinking about.
quality if your quality wasn't up to par, you it would have just been a wasted podcast because it's like, damn, I got a podcast with Lil Baby, but the sound isn't as good as it should be for it to be a good podcast.
That's
So
for
it's like
straight.
building up to that point to where it's like, yeah, I could if I have a podcast with somebody famous, they can come sit down, we could talk, they're comfortable, there's AC, there's this, there's that, and it's like you're prepared fully for all of
Yeah.
that.
See, like, I'm not there quite yet. I'm, like, kind of just doing this out of my house, and I currently had a way of doing it portable, but that broke on me. Ripped to the
That would
iPhone
have been
7.
crazy.
Yeah, I
A
know.
portable podcast would be crazy, I'm not
That's
gonna
what
lie.
it was. It's an app called Anchor. If you have a
Bro,
good quality phone, you can just pop and do a podcast there. You can upload it to YouTube. It's lit. Good thing.
that'd be crazy going to people's houses just, hey, you wanna do a podcast? Sure.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
just come to your house. What? Who's gonna say no to a podcast in their own home?
yeah.
Like
Know
you
what I
can't
mean? Like that's lit. It's like a portable microphone, and it's cool because you can like still like if you're doing a live Q&A, or like if you're just doing a Q&A and you can still use your phone. It's lit. Still records audio,
so you could go
and
through your notes and talk to them at the same time.
yeah, yeah. That's
That's
what's
dope.
up. But
That's
yeah,
dope.
but yeah, no, it was me and Austin and Grant, and we all did a podcast at their house. Oh yeah, no, it's big game changer because you can get ready for the show and then do the podcast. It's a good time.
That's crazy. That right there is that's a real game changer. I'm not gonna lie.
Like the
I
first,
have more people for you to interview too. Like trust me, I have like there's a lot of people that want to interview with you, bro. That want to be on your podcast.
yeah, like I. And like the thing is like I don't really care for the views. Like no, like I do. Don't get me wrong. I love everyone that watches it, and I really like the show. Love like is really supportive, but I don't do this for like yeah I'm doing this crazy yada yada try to get rich and famous type shit. No, this is more like a sit down. You can talk and have a good time, and if it gets 3 views, that's cool. If it gets 10 views, that's lit. My highest one is at like 120, and that's with LC right now at the moment.
I'm not gonna lie, LC. I'm going to pass you. Like, not even on the flexing shit. I got to pass LC and I will, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I kind of noticed and I was like, oh yeah, and then like I really dove into it and I'm like, oh, all right, I fuck with this guy. This guy's pretty lit.
This is gonna be the first podcast for KingCaz in a
KingCaz.
couple of months. That name is gonna be a household name. So it's like,
That's
damn,
what's
like you
up.
got him right before you blew up, and
That's what I
it's
was saying. I was like, man, I'm like, watch him go off and like be kind of like we're talking like the next Polo G, and like Alex got an interview with him. Like, so I'm
damn.
like, I'm lit with that. That can happen.
And we got to do a recap. We got to
Oh
do
yeah,
a
that's for
couple
sure.
months after. Come right back. Oh, how you been, bro? Well, I've been in LA and this and Dubai and this and just
Oh
talk
no, that's for
everything that's happened.
sure. That's for sure. And it's a great time, and like everyone overestimates the podcast, and then they sit down and they're like, actually they're really not that bad, and it's pretty lit.
It's cool though when you have down to earth people to talk to, because most people would be bougie and just feel like they're too big and oh no, I can't talk about that because this. It's whatever, bro. It's just a podcast. Just let it loose. Just be comfortable. Just speak on whatever. I mean, just don't trip on your words and say something crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
That
that's a big
just
fact.
don't say no crazy shit. But still,
Yeah,
like
keep
it's
with it.
you. You're just talking like regular. If you were on the phone with somebody, you just
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
I'm
no,
just
it's a good time. So where are you located at right now?
well, right now I'm in Miami, Florida.
Miami,
So
Florida.
16 hours away from Vincennes right now.
I got a dude named Sam that lives somewhere out in Cali somewhere. He
You're just
does
going. You're going global with this. I'm not gonna
oh
lie. From
yeah, I've really branched
Midwest
out.
to West, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, uh, that's another great thing. Like branching out to people. It's it's crazy what people can do far away, and I think people really underestimate that. I'm like, just because you live away, I'm still going to get a podcast with you. Like, don't trip
'Cause
about
it's
that.
social media, bro. Like I could send a text message right now to somebody that lives in Tokyo, and it's gonna be sent in like 2 seconds,
That's a big
unless
fact.
my back. The shit, it'll take a while. But still, if my signal's good as hell, then shit, it'll go in like 2 seconds. But it's like, damn, like anything you want to do or you can promote or do, you could do it because of social media, whatever it is. Like YouTube channel, you could have a YouTube channel with just eating food, and you're gonna go viral and get love because people legit looking up. Hey, let me see a guy eating Popeye's chicken right now. They're gonna watch.
Yeah, that's a big fact. It is out there. Come on,
Bro, I'm not
Joe.
gonna lie. I'll name this podcast Popeye's Chicken, and watch the views be like 5,000 in like 3 days type shit, just because it's Popeye's Chicken.
Oh, did you hear Popeye's Chicken and Chick-fil-A are going to war at the moment?
Bro, when I say the lines out here are in like the streets, the lines go from the Popeyes itself to the gas station that they just left to put in gas to go to the Popeyes. Like it makes no, but it's insane out here right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like people are really leaving the line, saying, "Hey, who wants to buy this chicken for $10? It's $4 for the chicken," and they're leaving the line reselling chicken. I've never seen hype beasts like this ever in my life, bro.
Yeah, like they're really going at it. It's crazy. Like I've kind of blown away. I'm like,
Hold on, is there a
Jesus.
Popeyes in Vincennes?
No, there is not, unfortunately.
Uh,
There's not. The nearest Popeyes is in Indy.
Indianapolis, two
Yeah.
hours.
So if you're really dedicated to some Popeyes, you can go get it, but that's on you, man.
Like where the fuck is KFC? What is KFC doing right now? Like
Oh,
they should have been.
KFC. Oh no, they moved in with Taco Bell right now. So it's like a KFC and Taco Bell type shit, and you're like, okay, I get it.
Like chicken and tacos. That's cool. Like that's like Pizza Hut mixing in with like an ice cream parlor or some
Oh
shit. And
yeah, that's
just
a fucking big bet.
you could get some pepperoni pizza here and chocolate ice cream. Like the fuck, like
Dude, that's like
shit don't even
Denny's.
sound like a mix.
Like, oh yeah, no, that's real true. And like with Denny's, like it's great because you can go there any hour and get whatever. It's a great time.
think that's the only store in Vincent's that's open like 24/7, isn't it? It is.
Uh, yeah, yeah. No, that's a big fact.
There's many times when we left those parties drunk as hell
And
at
going
4
to
in the morning,
Denny's.
and Denny's was right there,
I feel
faithfully waiting
that.
to order some pancakes or a burger or some scrambled eggs or something. They're faithfully open.
Yeah, right now rallies, like when I was living in town. So like I live outside of Vincent's, but when I was living at town at the time, I had a longboard. Well, I still have it, but I would go, and I lived right in town, so like I was near Rallies, Taco Bell. It was good times, and I would just, go get like maybe be like 12 o'clock at night, and I'll go get me a whole meal for like $8 at Rallies. It was a good time. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. When I went to VU, because I used to go to VU and shit.
hmm
So they used to give us discounts for being students, and it's like some of my homies didn't go to VU, and I would give them my ID and stuff just to go get discounts at VU. They're like, "Hey, we've seen this ID like 3 times today. Like,
Wait,
this is 3 different people.
what's
Something's
over?
not right right now."
Yeah, that's a big fact, man. You gotta, yeah. But it was great because you could go and get all kinds of food, and Rallies was totally the key
For like
price.
$5 and you're full.
Oh
Like
yeah,
$10, you're good with $10 at rallies. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah. No, it's a good time. But so you went to VU, correct? Like you were all there, and
Yeah, enrolled and all.
I what were you going to major in?
I was majoring in I think it was sound, something with music. It was something with music
All right.
because it was me and my engineer producer Twiz. Well, Echo now. His name's Echo now, but
hmm
we both went to VU and we signed up for the whole music program. Then I think he did like a year, and then he's like, "Bro, I could just look this up on YouTube and teach myself on YouTube at my pace
That's
instead
a
of
big fact.
like instead of paying a school, I could just go on YouTube and learn this for free." I'm like, "Bruh,
Why don't
you
we do
right."
that? Like, let's go for it.
Like you're right, bro. In less than like a year, this man went from not knowing how to record at all to just becoming a beast at like mixing and mastering, making beats, recording all of that. And it's like people could really be self-taught stuff if you put your mind to it, honestly.
Yeah, man. I think he manages Finesse God right now at the moment.
Oh
And
yeah, when it comes to artist management, because he's me and him been going, we go way the fuck back. We go back like
I,
7, 8 years, bro. Like in Miami, like grinding since like we were kids type shit.
all right, all right. I
And it's
respect
like,
that.
oh, Finesse God, he's dope too. He his shit be lit too.
Oh yeah, man. Like that podcast, so like it was crazy. So I got him on a podcast too, and so that one, oh man, that was a hard one to get to, but I got it. Let's just put it that
You
way.
said it was a hard one.
Yeah, it was a hard one, but I got it. I got to do it. Let's just put it that way. But
You gotta do Louis Mall after this. I'm not gonna lie. You
oh
gotta get
yeah.
all the big Vincent's guys out the way, and
hmm
then
We
go for
I
every.
already was talking to him before this. I was like, yeah, he's supposed to let me know with the time and date. So weekends always work because, like, well, I just quit my job today, so I'm like, well, I don't gotta worry about jobs. So
So weekdays working out too.
yeah, yeah. But like it was crazy. Like so, like I worked on the weekend, and I always work doubles. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, 8 hours out of your day is not that bad.
hmm
But take in consideration your server working in a nursing home with old people with dementia, all kinds of things. All right, it can be stressful.
So it's
So
like you could have fed them right there, and they would have forgot that you fed them because they have dementia.
let's just say like I would take orders. So like at night, there's supposed to be 3 servers, and we had a trainee tonight. Not hating on the trainee, but you give someone one day, and then expect them to do something when the third person's not there is a little difficult.
It is.
All right, there's 30 old people, and you got to know all their names and it takes you about a month. Considering that with the time, the day, and the situation and the condition that we were in, we were not prepared. To say to the most. And
Bro.
I told my manager, I'm like, tonight's not going to go smooth. I'm like, this is what's either going to happen. I'm like, either I'm going to put in my 2 weeks or I'm going to quit on spot. And I'm like, I'm leaving either way. And so after I got done, I'm like, yeah, fuck that. So I got the number of the manager who was like running the whole facility. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this no more. I'm like, I kind of over it. And I'm like, no hate on you guys, but the old people are getting to me. So peace out.
Fuck that shit, I'm out.
Yeah, like that's how I felt. I'm like, I'll just go and I'll have more time for school and I can do podcasts on the weekend anytime I need to. So I'm like, that's
So now
lit.
your schedule is just free for everybody
Oh,
now.
yeah, yeah. So, like,
Great.
normally I don't do a podcast with people on the week for school. So I stick it to the weekends. But working that double really did a number, especially when you got friends who want to go out and hang out and you're like, 1 minute, let's try to juggle you around, but yeah, we can get it. Like, yeah, we got this. And so it was good times. And it's so great that like people like you like spare the time, like the wait and actually come on. And I'm kind of excited that we didn't rush this podcast because I think that's what I
No,
was
of
trying to
course.
do previously, because I wanted to get it out there because I was like super excited. I'm like, let's get it done. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'll just build up participate, that word, and I get them going. And so tonight I was like, all right, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And so I let everyone
It was
know.
it was meant to happen, honestly, because I just left the studio when you reminded me too. Like my session was till like 9 o'clock, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm coming home now." I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm coming home now." Like
Like
I
that's
just
what's
left
up.
the studio.
Yeah, but it was lit, and I'm like, hell yeah. And so it's pretty cool, like how everything all goes. Not gonna lie,
It just plays out in a way to where it's like how it has to happen.
that's a
Because
big
then here,
fact.
if we had pushed this even like a day forward, I probably would have got a phone call from somebody because my phone's on D&D right now.
Hmm.
And I have a whole bunch of missed calls and shit. But it's like, if it was early in this week, I would have had to pick up because it's like, it might have been somebody wanting a feature,
Hmm.
or it could have been a whole, oh yeah, we're going to the studio right now, bro, pop out, come through. Or a singer just, oh, I just made a hook for you, blah, 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 this and that. But I just put my phone on D&D. It's the weekend. This is my time for me. So I could just do whatever the fuck I need to get done and get it done for everybody.
That's a big fact. Like when I do these, I want to make sure that like if I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna make sure I know what's going down, and like I can give my full time to someone, because that's kind of how it goes. Like you don't half-ass a podcast. You're going to make sure and you give their full time to them. Like you're going to make it more, or you're either going to make it 30 minutes or a little bit more. You know, and
Always.
like that's like a big fact. And so it's a pretty great time actually. And
And I
so
realized you didn't even put ads on your podcast. I'm like, I heard LC's whole podcast with no ads. Like there was not an ad at all.
yeah, I haven't really like switched to that because I haven't like I'll probably start doing that when I get a little bit more higher. You know what I mean? Keep it basic until like I want to start putting more ads.
No, that's dope though, because most people would have just an hour interview. They would have put ads like every 3 minutes. Just have
Oh
you or
yeah,
your loved one suffered from
dude, I
mesothelioma?
can't
That
stand that. Now if I'm gonna watch like so, I like to play custom zombies on BO3 for my PC. It's
hmm
pretty lit. And I watch people like record like an hour's worth of gameplay and they might have like two ads between the hour video, and I'm like, that's what I'm aiming for. Like I'm not going to sit down for 5 minutes, get into it and be like, oh, are you fat? Do you have diabetes? Like I don't give a fuck about that. I want to hear and watch the game. Like Jesus.
Then it's like the ad will be some shit that you were talking about before you even started the video, and it'll just be weird as hell. Like, how the fuck do they know that I
Oh
can
yeah,
be
no, that really trips me out every time. I'm like, yo, that's not
that?
cool.
Like, wait a minute, whoa,
Like it's
how do you?
cool in a way of where it's kind of crazy, and I'm like, that's really weird that but
And especially on Black Ops, bro. Black Ops videos that are hours long, that are around 50 in Nuketown, and they're just, I'm like, bro, all right, this is too
yeah,
many ads. Like, I'm just trying to watch him get the ray gun, pack a punch it, and just go crazy like
Yeah,
all of that.
like that's what I kind of like aim for the custom maps because it's other people who'd made maps, and it's crazy because there's so many like game companies like that are making that. Don't see that underrated map makers. I'm like, dude, that takes a long time to make a map. Like a good playable, like graphics are good. It's actually enjoyable. I can sit down and not beat it within like 5 minutes. It's hard to do that, and so I give props to the people out there that are doing it.
There's a lot, bro. The people on Fortnite, Minecraft, all of that stuff, they have their own custom playable maps and video like mini games that they make for everybody to hop on. And I'm like, if I was the game companies, I'd just hold a whole contest and stuff for the best top 5 maps, and then let the best maps just whoever wins gets to actually have their map in the game, like permanently, seriously in the game. That would have been dope.
All right. So I think the next topic I'm going to try to go in is what kind of gave you just like, it's not every day people are like going to wake up and be like, you know what, mom, I'm going to be a SoundCloud rapper. Because nowadays you're going to get looked at and be like, what? Like, so, like, I was always curious about that.
It was like I'd say around going into freshman year of high school in Miami. It was like my cousins and my homie. They were like, "Bro, you've been here for the longest." Cause we were just now getting into like music, like heavy, like everybody around that time. I think Wiz Khalifa just came out, and the whole Mac Miller, that whole wave just came through, and they were like, "Bro, all these guys are dope as hell," and it's like you could probably make some stuff like this too. Mind you, I've never then I didn't rap a day in my life. Like I could barely rhyme words, let
All
alone write a
right.
rap.
So you kind of just came at it with that, and it was pretty, just it sounded good.
Yeah, bro. And it's like the school I went to, half of the school. I'm not okay. Let me not say half of the school. That's over exaggerated. I say 10% of the school were like artists as well. Like they were rappers too. So it's like they would have rap battles. They would have like times at lunch where we just beat on the tables and then we just freestyle with each other. And it's a whole bunch of groups that just formed of just artists. Like we had groups called PCMG, we had AWOL, Moose Gang. It was just a whole bunch of groups that just formed in the school of just other rappers. And it's like in Miami, we take the music thing very, very, very seriously because it's like whoever could find the newest like sound or song, we just go to school the next day and just show it off. Like, bro, did you hear this new Drake? I bet you don't have this new Drake. And they're like, bro, wait, damn, when did this drop? Like, we had leaks to albums like months early before the album even came out from the artist. Don't ask me how. I don't know how I got them either. But some way, somehow, we
You
had
got
a
it. You
song
got it.
months before it, just to go up to the next person and be like, bro, I got this new Drake, bro. What's good? Oh shit, bro, you got that new ASAP Rocky. Oh shit. And it's like it was just the whole culture of just music for us in high school.
That's what's up. So, do you expand your music genre, or are you strictly like into rap?
Oh, of course, bro. Before
That's
before I
what's
got
up.
into rapping,
I kind of figured that, but
I was listening to rock music like heavy, like Breaking Benjamin, Linkin Park, Red, Skillet. Like I was listening to so much bands and different types of songs. I listen to R&B, everything, like anything that damn near everything, but like I'm not even gonna say techno, but like
yeah, no, I got
kind of
you.
yeah, everything.
The
But
stuff, lofa beats.
see, those I could listen to those when I'm like chilling,
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
when
feeling.
you got some homework to do or some shit. Like you just play that.
Hmm.
Like, damn, it got me in a little good mood. I'm just chilling right now, like just vibing. I'm not gonna
And
lie, shout out to M Toten. M Totten, she put me on. She put me on to a lot of like dope, like low key songs that are just they're not too crazy, but they're like vibes. They just put you in a good chill mood.
all
Some
right,
people
all
play
right.
music and shit for like an hour loop on YouTube and just chill.
That's a big fact. If I can sit down and vibe with it, I like it. You know.
Facts, bro. I don't care what genre it is. If it's music, I respect it because I understand like somebody took their time to go record this, get it put out, SoundCloud, Apple Music, whatever, YouTube, whatever. They really took their time to express themselves. Now I'm here, and I'm in a whole different city, whole different state. Like, it's crazy to me sometimes, bro.
Yeah, like It really is, and like you're talking about, like taking the time and recording, like it's. I try to shoot. Okay, so like a session for me is, I'll stay up. I'll get like I normally I'll try to set up 30 minutes before I start recording. Normally, like I have a topic of things I'd like to talk about. This one's just pretty raw. Like I got out of the car and I'm like, yep, let's get it. But normally, like I take time and like I set up, make sure software's running right. OBS sounds good, because it's not like it's crazy how it works, but you just gotta like learn your equipment before you start this. So like
Hmm.
if you're gonna want to do a good podcast, like you said before, you got to make sure your stuff's tuned to high tune. So normally, like I start 30 minutes before I record. I try to go for about 50 minutes to 60. Then take time. I listen through it again, go through. I don't really edit. I just like to listen to it before I publish it. And then,
Yeah.
just it's a process. It takes me probably about 2 hours to get done through. And like that's 2 hours out of my time I'm taking to record something. All right.
That's what people do not see because it's behind the scenes.
That's a big fact. Like,
Like people do not see the hard work everybody puts in daily for like their stuff that they do.
when I did that podcast with Vanessa, I got the whole rundown. Like I seen it all, Like I seen what it was like, to really get into it and sit down and like really like just make music, and it was a pretty good time. And you just appreciate people like that. That's like takes time out of their day. Like even like artists like nowadays who like drop albums, they'll take like months and months to work on it,
Oh, of
just
course, of
perfect
course.
it. And like that's
Like
just where it's at.
the albums are like a whole process. You have to. It's a bro. Let me break down being an artist right now for the people that don't know the work that goes into this. One, you got to book your studio session, and 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be free, and you're going to get charged for every hour that you take. Two, you got to go in there with your stuff already written down, processed, already ready to go. I'm gonna go in there and try to make as many songs as I can as fast as I can because I'm getting charged by that. So after the whole song is done, it's a hit song. Woo, yay! You made the whole hit song. Now you have to pay to get it on Apple Music and then YouTube and Tidal and Spotify and all that stuff, and not just SoundCloud.
That's a big fact. Like they're
And
really ripping you right there. Like
bro, it's a whole process. You have to make a album up cover, a little song cover, something to just show, hey, this is my song and this is what I'm gonna put to represent that song as a picture.
oh
You
yeah,
put
no,
that.
I feel that. That's what I like about so like before like my iPhone broke. I was really into Visco before it became so white girl basic now, and that's the best way. And like so like my herb hobbies, right? I'm a camera person. I love a good picture, you know.
Mhm.
And with the phone I had, I could take some pretty dope ass pictures. So that kind of just took me into just taking pictures of everything. And then with Visco, you could actually it was like editing. It's like a music video editing app, but for pictures. So you can really break down everything. It's super dope. And so before my phone broke, thank God I saved all my Visco pictures to my desktop I built. So I'm like, bet. So I just got like a hard drive worth of just edited Visco pictures. I'm like, that's what's up. So it's lit.
It's
So
like
go ahead.
it's the small things, bro. Once you find stuff like that, you'll just explore it. You won't even have to go on YouTube to learn how to use the app. You'll just keep playing around on it until you figure it out. Oh shit, I could do this. Like
Like
stuff
you
like that.
keep learning every
It'll make
time you do
your day.
something new. It's pretty great.
Exactly.
And like even if you do a good video, you learn other ways to get it out. Like for a little while. See, my phone can't hold much data because breaking my awesome iPhone. I had the degrade to the LG phone, and I don't have any data. And with the iPhone, I used to be able to like it was a portable microphone. Now it's not so much. If I had a decent mic and a good chip, I'll probably buy one so I can start doing it. But yeah, um, it's a process. Let's just put it like that.
And it's
So
like, honestly, the only thing about iPhones and Androids that are really distinctive is just you could throw that LG phone across the room and it'll land on the floor. You'll pick it up and the screen is not cracked.
that's a big fact. I used to longboard with this phone all the time back in like it was probably sophomore year, middle sophomore year, and I would crash and throw my phone across the street, and it would act like nothing. And I'm like, what? You put it in a case and it's indestructible. Like you could probably kill a pigeon with it. Like it's
Bro,
crazy.
I dropped my iPhone off my bed,
The
and it's
bed,
just you have to pick it up with such care and just and pray. You just have to pray it didn't crack,
it happens.
especially if you don't have a case. No screen protector.
Oh, it's a rip deal, man.
Yeah, you're done for, bro.
Yeah, but anyways, like it's a hard time, and it sucks because like even when that hit me, like it didn't stop me from recording. I'm like, that's straight. I still got Discord and OBS that got me, and I think once I switched from there, like yeah, I can't travel mobile and record podcasts, but I can still do it over the phone. And it's 2019. Let's get real. How many people don't have a decent quality phone that can do a podcast? Like
Honestly, at this point, if you have a flip phone, either you're not human at this point in
that's a
2019.
that's a
Flip phone,
big fact.
like if your phone isn't somewhat touchscreen in 2019, you need to reevaluate yourself.
Yeah, like that's really where we're going at. Like it's pretty crazy. But yeah. And I'm like, come on now, and it's pretty dope this way to record. And
Because it's like all I had to do was, mind you, I'm in Miami. All you told me to do was download an app,
yeah,
add you as a friend, and then boom,
done right there. Like that's a podcast.
the whole podcast situation is I'm millions of miles away, and it's just download this app and add me, and boom, that's
Yeah,
it.
like it's that's what I like about it because you're so like you can do it anywhere. Like people out there in like other states, like it's super dope. You can still do a pod. I'm pretty sure this is um, nationwide. So like I can, if I find someone in China that speaks a good like English, I can do a podcast with them. Like it's that lit.
You'll be the first person to genuinely go out of. I mean, you're going out of state right now because
Yeah.
I'm in Florida, so you're really branching out from Indiana to Florida to probably Cali and a whole bunch of other states after this.
Oh yeah, man. Like it's pretty lit, and like it's crazy how like just everywhere you can go with it. But yeah, um, well it is currently 5:11, and I still gotta hop on pot Apex later. But my last question is are you working with anyone? Okay, so you did a song with Little Baby. Are
Uh
you
huh.
working with anyone out there like that's like his fame type level? Like anyone out
Well,
there
like
that's
industry level, you
yeah,
mean?
yeah, like yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Well, I can't really speak on them because they're not out, but I say in a couple of weeks or a month from now, there's going to be a big feature. Well, it's not going to be my song, but I'm featured on a song for somebody,
All
and it's
right,
really like it's really going to go crazy. Like it's going
dude,
to blow people's minds because it's very unexpected too.
that's what's up. I really respect that. I will definitely be in tune to listen to that.
And I'm gonna
But
be be back in Indiana real soon. So whenever I'm back up there, bro, everybody's going to link up and we're going to be lit on the podcast.
I'm okay. I'm lit with that.
We're going to turn this podcast into no jumper for any like
That's a
this shit's gonna
big
be lit.
fact. That's a big
We're gonna make
fact.
tags for you and all. Like make a little tag for the podcast right before it starts and stuff. Make drops and stuff for the whole podcast.
Oh yeah, no, I'm working on outros and intros already at the point too. So when that does happen, it will be a whole nother wave of the early morning podcast with Alex. Like that's just what's up.
I gotta do my shout outs real quick though. I gotta get my shout outs on.
I go for it, man. Go for it.
This might take a while.
No, no, you're good. We're still rolling.
Let me all right. Shout out to Echo. Shout out to Boogie. Shout out to Flo. Shout out to LC. Louis Ma, Jay Rich, Dakota, aka Big Bad. Shout out to Blake Bro. Shout out to the whole Vincent's. Everybody that's met me at Vincent's and showed me love. Shout out to y'all. Justin, Kyle, Matt, Sam, Ed, bro. It's so many people I've met in like the past year that support me so much.
Dude, to be honest, yeah, no, I'm sorry to interrupt, but like to be honest, I had a, well, he's going by the name of Kodak, but Brendan, he let me know. He was like, "Yo, when this is done, let me know ASAP." And I'm like, "No problem. Like I can do that." Like it's pretty lit.
That's love, bro.
Like
I
that's a
always, when it comes to people like those, like the real supporters that show love, I'll make sure to always reply, no matter how busy, no matter how hectic my schedule. I don't care. Like I'm going to reply and show love back.
that's a big fact, and that's really what it is. Like all the support, like support and love is really what it's at, and that's how it really makes it. To be honest.
That's how it works. The energy you put out is what you get back. I tell everybody that when I meet them. Like, I'm always gonna like give you the best, utmost respect, and I realize the energy I get from you is what I'm giving back. Then perfect. Like we're always gonna be. I do not burn bridges at all. Like I'm
Yeah, no,
going.
that's really how it is. Like, as long as you keep the same open person, you're going to be straight with anyone, to be honest.
Plus, you never know who knows who, because you'll be connected to somebody, and they're probably cousins of a friend, of a homeboy, of somebody they're cool with, and they probably know somebody that you need to know. And it's
That's
like
really
you
how
get
it is, to be honest.
networking, just networking and getting your face and stuff out there, and people are start talking and bubbling, and boom, next thing you know, you're popular and famous, and everything is going good for you.
Yeah, that's what's up. Well, I'm super excited you got to hop on the show. I'm going to wrap it up probably about now, but thank you for hopping on, man. We definitely will have to do a recap video for sure.
Oh no, recap video coming soon for sure. It's going
Oh,
up too. It's
yeah,
gonna be crazy.
that's for real, though. But I'm going to deuce out. Thank you for hopping on, man.
All right, love, bro. I'm always down for more podcasts and stuff. Whenever you need me, bro, just hit me up. I'm gonna be ready.
Alright, we'll do, man. Well, you take it easy now, man.
All right, bro. Slap.
Alright, deuces.